Hi, welcome to this gentle yoga practice to ease stress in the body, but most importantly the mind. And I apologise for the lighting this evening. It's nearly 5 o'clock in Scotland, so it's already dark. So I ask that you come to Tadasana, standing position. Now feet can be together or hip width apart. Find what's comfortable for you here. We'll bring the hands down by our sides, palms facing forward here. And find a nice balance point in the feet here. So you may want to rock back and forth here. Now there's no rush. This is a gentle evening practice. So just take your time and check in how you're feeling this evening. You may also at this point want to take a deeper breath in through the nose than what you would usually. And sigh that breath out. And you could follow the breath down into the feet, allowing the weight that you may be carrying to go into the feet and out into the ears. And then just check in, you have a nice gentle bend in the knees here. We'll just tilt the pelvis forward a little here. Shoulders are down away from the ears, and that immediately brings the chest forward. The chin can be slightly tucked here. I invite you to close the eyes, and that just allows you to check in. Check in how you're feeling this evening. And I would love to know in the comments below how you are feeling. Are you in need of a gentle practice just to ease the stress away from your day? Tadasana is quite a strong pose, so feel your strength here. And let's invite some new movement in. So we'll just lift the hands up on an in-breath. And as we breathe out, we'll bring the hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. And we'll simply move with the breath. Move at your own pace. You could look up to the hands here. And then follow the hands down to the heart space. We'll just do that one more time. And just return the hands down by your side. And again, just notice how you feel here. As you just continue with that breath, so in through the nose and out through the mouth. As we just take a gentle stretch, so we'll bring the hands back up. We'll hold the left wrist here now. The shoulders may want to come up. We'll just tuck the shoulders back down as we lean over to the right side here. And then come back to centre, and then we'll hold the right wrist here as we take that bend over. And again, just check in. Keep that slight bend in the knees here. We can bring our hands back down by our sides. We can work into the toes here. Just bending the toes gently. Take it over to the other side. excuse me, some gentle shoulder movements. As we let the neck drop. Then we can drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Allowing the neck to drop again, the head to drop down. And then we'll take the left ear over to the left shoulder. And again, you can stay here for as long as feels good. As we come back to centre. And we can make our way up to the short end of our mat here. As we take the left foot, so we're stepping back into warrior one. Now again, so we're grounding down through the feet here. You can lift the toes and that will just bring the knee into play here. Both hips are facing forward. And we're going to open the chest here, so we're going to create those cactus arms as we take that breath in. And as we breathe out, we bring our hands to heart. We can keep our hands at our heart as we step forward. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So we'll step back with the right foot, both hips are facing forward here. As if you're on the train track lines, you can lift the toes up just to bump that knee into place. As we create those cactus arms again, as we breathe in, as we breathe out. And again, this is slow pace because we're trying to bring ourselves down, we're trying to move us into that parasympathetic nervous system before we go to our beds. So we'll come into warrior two now, so we're going to step back with the left foot. Right foot is facing the short edge of the mat here. Now depending on the hips, the heel can be in line with the instep or heel to heel. So again, check in with what feels right for you. And you can lift the toes here just to bump the knee into place here. And we want to find our grounding, so again we're grounding down as we bring the arms out either side. And we look over the fingers here. So I'm looking over the right fingers here. We'll take a breath in and then a sigh the breath out. And as I breathe in this time, I'm going to turn the palm to face upwards and I'll bring this over. Creating that nice stretch. And then I'll return. And I'll repeat that again. We'll do that a couple more times, moving at your own pace. Now you can look up to the hand here, or you can keep your neck in neutral. And then we'll do the counter stretch. We'll rest the right arm on the right knee as we bring that arm over. Lovely stretch. So you're opening up the chest here as well. As you take that breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. If you feel you're wobbling, that's alright. Just ground down as we come back to centre. Now we'll bring both feet forward here again. Slight bend in the knees as we come into a gentle forward fold. So both hands can be on the hips here, slight bend in the knees We're grounding down through the feet here as we lead with our chest, as we come forward. Now we can let the hands fall onto the mat or onto the shins here as we let the head get heavy just for a couple of breaths. As we bring our hands back to the hips, to put a good bend in the knees here as we breathe in halfway, and then we can rise up, moving slowly here. Then we take our warrior two over to the other side. So left toes are facing the short edge of the mat here, and find that grounding again. Arms come out by your side, so you're looking over the left fingers here as you take a breath in and out. The next in breath, I'll face the palm up as I bring it over. And then we'll just flow with our breath here. And then we'll do that counter stretch, so we'll just rest the arm on the left knee here as we take that stretch over. And again, we're just opening the chest here. Come back to centre. We can face the feet forward as we walk the feet in and shake that out. As we come back to our Tadasana. So palms facing forward here, and notice how you feel. Have you built up heat here? Are you feeling more calm than when you started? Sometimes the pause is great just for noticing. And again, no judgment here. We're just finding stillness. So let's come back up to the short edge of our mat as we take a flow onto the floor. So we'll bring the arms up overhead as we slowly bend to reach the floor. So let the head get heavy here. We can step back, put the knees down, so that's us in all fours now. For some lovely cat and cow. And again, we're using the breath here. We're using this breath to relieve any stress that we've built up during the day. So as we look up, we breathe in if you can, and we arch the spine. We tuck the shoulders down away from the ears here. Now you can introduce the toes here as well. So the toes are tucked in, you're up, and the belly's going down towards the mat. And then when you arch the back, you can release the toes here and breathe out. And again, just move at your own pace. And then we'll meet back in centre. Now we can take the left leg out and we're going to cross that over the right here and just bump the right hip back in. And then we can look over. So we're creating that nice stretch down the side of the body here. And then just repeat that on the opposite side. come back to centre. You may want to bump the hips side to side or create circles here. With the hips, that can feel good as well. As women, we do hold a lot of stress in the hips, the pelvis area. And then we'll bring the big toes together as we come down into your child's pose, so knees are as wide as the mat, as we allow our head just to rest on our forearms here. Just allowing the body to get heavy here. And then let's just go back up to all fours as we come down onto our back as we come into bridge pose. Now the heels are about a foot width away from the sit bones here. Shoulders are tucked away from the ears. Chin is slightly tucked here. Palms are facing down, and we're going to push into the big toe here as we lift the hips off the mat. And again, the arch can feel, if you just want to rise a little or press up, whatever feels good to you here. And I ask that you invite the breath in here. As you breathe in, you rise up. As you breathe out, you can come back down or play with the breath here. What feels good to you? Do you prefer breathing out? In fact, that'd be quite good to know in my next videos, how you like to breathe in bridge. Everyone's different. Then we invite the arms in, so we're creating that lovely flow again, just bringing them above the head. And then return them to the floor. And again, they won't move at the same time, that's all right. And then we'll just allow the knees to bump together here into constructive rest. And the feet go a little wider than the hips. You can tuck your tailbone in here, allow the shoulders to relax. And allow yourself to breathe in again through the nose. And sigh out with a ha. As we bring the knees into the chest here, now they can be together or hip width apart. And we're going to create circles here with the knees. Just enjoying the breath. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. And then we'll let the knees meet as we just let them fall over. So here I'm falling over to the left. Arms can be cactus. You can place them under the head here. As we just take a couple of breaths. If the knees don't reach the floor, get as many pillows and pads to help support the knees. You may need a blanket underneath the hips here. And twists are good for detoxing. And then you can help the knees up with the hand as you let them fall over to the opposite side. And then again, just help the knees up into centre as you let the legs come forward onto your mat. As you come into Savasana, just allowing the legs to be a little wide on the hips here, hands down by your side, palms can be facing up here. The shoulders can be tucked away from the ears and the chin slightly tucked in here. And again, I invite you to take that deeper breath than what you would usually. You can rock the head from side to side here, just to get a nice balance point. Also, if the wrists are sore from earlier, you can just create some circles here. You can put the thumb inside the fist and create circles. You can do this with the ankles as well. And then we'll allow ourselves to rest. Allow our body to get heavy, but knowing we are supported where we are. And if the mind is already wandering, you could repeat to yourself, I breathe in peace. I exhale and release. And as you check in with the feet, so the feet relaxed, and we're holding any tension here. What about the knees? The sit bones. Can I let my arms relax anymore? Can I take the shoulders down anymore from the ears here? Can I allow the back of my head to get heavy on the mat? Allow my tongue to relax in the mouth, which allows the jaw to relax. Allowing the full body to be heavy, but supported where you are. Now I invite you to stay lying down. I'm going to come up to seated. You can do this as well, just for a gentle chakra meditation. Or you can stay lying down. Eyes can be open or closed here. Allowing the body to soften. as we come to the root chakra. And you can repeat, I am. As we come to the sacral chakra, you can repeat, I feel. As you come to the solar plexus, you can repeat, I do. As you come to your heart chakra, you can repeat, I love. As we move to the throat, you can repeat, I speak. As you come to your crown chakra, you can repeat, I know. As you take that breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth, and giving yourself gratitude for spending time for this short practice. You can bring your hands to heart. Namaste. So thank you for joining me in this short evening practice. I hope that's eased you into a less stressless feeling, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Please comment below if you did find this a support to you this evening. And yes, I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.